Alright, thank you so much. We are here in Kampala. This is Lao News Channel and Voice of Lao FM. I am Denish Ongora. We are here with Dr. Mutabazi Sam. Here in Kampala, we would like to know more about road safety, how we can be safe on our roads. So I have a question for you, Doctor. We are seeing a lot of challenges when it comes to road safety. Like here in Kampala, you find that our streets are messy, not only in Kampala, even the new cities. Like when you go to Mbarara and also Lera, you find that there are some streets that are really congested. So, Doctor, what can be done to ensure that our roads are safe and our streets are not in the messy way, the way they are?
First of all, thank you so much, and I'm glad that you're asking that question. It's important that journalists start asking the right questions in terms of development. Road safety, what we see as road safety or road accidents is not per se a problem in itself. The problem starts from lack of organization, lack of clear organization of streets, of towns and cities, which translates into road safety problems. If you have streets that are not organized, places that are not organized, where you have informality, where you have people doing things the way they do, the chances of having road accidents is very high, because organized environments produce organized results. Naturally, we all know that in our homes, you know where you know the kitchen, you know the bedroom, you know the sitting room. And in those places, you know where saucepans are kept, you know where the bed for the children is. Now, you can't keep saucepans in the sitting rooms, for instance. If you do, if you put a cooking stove in the sitting room or whatever, chances of you knocking over it or knocking over a saucepan full of porridge, hot porridge, are high. That's exactly what is translated into a city. The city is supposed to be organized in such a way that there's what we call zoning. Who does what where at all times, and people need to be aware of where that thing is taking place. Where are the industries located? Where are the places for people living? Where do people live? Where do people live? And where are the commercial places? Where are the markets? Etc, etc. Now, once you've organized the city that way, then you go on to the roads. The roads, we know the modes of transport, excluding the air, which moves above us. You have trains, you have buses, the big buses, you have the mini buses, the semi-buses, then you have the mini buses, you have Boda-bodas, you have tuk-tuk, and you have bicycles, and you have pedestrians. Now, all these need space to move. And all these modes of transport ought to be organized to know where they should move and at what time. It is very dangerous to have transport that is mixed, where you have pedestrians moving side by side with Boda-bodas, with tuk-tuk, with the taxis. You are likely to have chaos. And accidents love chaos. Accidents naturally love chaos. Where there is chaos, there is accidents. So to minimize accidents, you must make sure that there is minimum chaos. And how do you create minimum chaos? Make sure that there should be plans for people. One of the key elements that we must emphasize as Ugandans, and for the cities that are growing, like Guru, Lila, or whatever, is to emphasize the pedestrian as the king. The pedestrian must be the king of all. Don't build transport systems for cars. Build transport systems that encourage people to walk. Then you will have less accidents. And when you've created walkways, make sure that those walkways are not invaded by cars. The moment you have walkways which are invaded by cars, then you've not created walkways. The next category of people who should be emphasized by all cities are the cyclists. You know, we have a problem in Uganda and in most developing countries. We always say everyone wants to drive, but this mentality should change. We should emphasize that people should walk because walking is good. It's good for the heart, it's good for the physical exercise. The second mode of transport should be bicycles. So new cities should design where bicycles should move. And where you've designed this, let it be known that vehicles should not interfere. If you have bicycle lanes and you have places where people should walk along the streets, then you have a place for cars. Those cities will have less accidents. Statistics indicate that the majority of people, out of 3,500 people that die in Uganda every year, about more than half of that number are pedestrians, followed by cyclists. So we must make sure that our cities respond to the need of making sure that people move. The other category which we can emphasize, if the cities can manage, is buses. Please, if we can, let's minimize, let's stamp out Boda-bodas. Because Boda-bodas are a menace to themselves, they are a menace to pedestrians, they are a menace to other road users. But they are also a very poor form of transport. You need what is called mass transit. You need buses, you need railways, or light railways to carry a lot of people. Otherwise, if you encourage Boda-bodas, a Boda-boda carries only one person. We need transport that carries a lot of people at once, and that will help the cities to grow in an orderly way. Can you imagine? I don't know, I last went to Gulu a long time ago, but you should arrange your transport system to have the outlying areas of the city connected by a bus that takes people from that area, crosses the city into the other part of the city. I know only Laibi and a few other areas in Gulu. So make sure that your city has buses. And if they don't have now, it's not about money, it's about prioritization. Encourage people who are buying taxis to form trade unions, to form cooperatives, so that they can bring the money together and buy one bus. You start with one bus, the other people will copy and start also building on that. If you have buses, if Gulu City or any other city in Uganda starts on buses, I'm sure their future will be brighter than any other city in Uganda, and everyone will learn to go to that city. If you encourage the use of Boda-bodas, the future is bleak for you. If you encourage the use of cars, the future is bleak for you. The future is on walking, cycling, and buses. That is the future of cities everywhere in the world. And we have example in Southern America, where buses, cycling, and walking have shown that those cities are very efficient. They transmit less carbon dioxide, they make people live happily. You know, it is easier to move around in the city if it is well organized. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Could you please, Doctor, introduce yourself?
I'm called Dr. Mutabazi Stewart. I am a transportation planner. I studied in Netherlands and in Italy, and my passion is to see that our cities in Uganda develop in a coherent manner. They develop very well with transport systems that are efficient. I'm really looking forward to having many Ugandans embrace this, so that we move from talking only, but also implementation. We can't continue to have cities that are very poorly planned, with a lot of accidents happening, with a lot of people dying. I would really encourage Ugandans to embrace the issue of road safety, but also good urban living.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. It has been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
So